channelinginc.com, and it's such an honor to be here with you today. I would love to share an amazing technique I developed years and years ago. So it is called where the name of this technique is where's the opportunity in this? Where is the opportunity? So the reason why I developed this, I've probably been practicing this for like 15 years. So whenever something crappy would happen, like something really shitty, really like icky, ucky, whatever, you know, what I used to do before is I'd just be like, oh man, this horrible thing happened. I would go into like a depressed state. I'd feel really horrible about it. Things would be like just really bad, and I'd be wallowing in this for sometimes weeks or even months. And I'm not kidding, like a long time. That's how long it would be, just devastating to me and all that. And just the other day, actually it was yesterday, I think it was, and the power went out, and I didn't realize that the power went out. So what happened was my refrigerator that has a freezer and all that, everything in there like melted, and it was just like a big puddle everywhere. And I'm like, okay, well, this bad thing happened. And then I remembered, I'm like, oh yeah, like what's the opportunity in this? How can I make something good come out of this? So what did I do? Since the freezer and the fridge was all like unthawed, I was like, okay, well, let's just take everything out anyway. And I started cleaning it, and I cleaned it out, totally cleaned it. Like, I went through, and I even got one of those like magic eraser kind of things, and, got all that. So it's nice and spotless. But I could have been like, oh, this is so crappy. This has happened again, and all this other stuff, and being all upset about it. But I'm like, no, wait a second. Where's the opportunity in this? So I want you to challenge yourself to this is like, what you can do, and especially with spirituality and channeling your spirit guides, is ask them. So, for example, let's say you have something that comes up in a relationship, or something that comes up to do with work, or something that comes up to do with any other area of your life. Your car breaks down, your vehicle breaks down. Ask yourself, okay, where's the opportunity in this? Where can something good come out of this? And not all the time, like, don't get me wrong, there's times I've had, I'm like, I really can't find anything good out of this. But most of the time, if you look for it, you can find it. They call it like I learned this probably about 15 years ago. It's called the silver lining. And basically, I had to look up that term and like, what does that mean, the silver lining? And when you're looking for the silver lining of things, basically that's the same concept. I've had times in my life where like something really bad happened, and I was just like, this is bad and it's horrible. And sometimes people would see like, oh, something good, this and that. But when I do it myself, I find that what's really neat about it is when something so-called bad happens, if you're actually looking for it, okay, what good could come out of this? So for example, there's a time that I lost my job, and I'm like, Ken, what good could come out of this? And it was because I got laid off because the industry went through cycles, and I was, of course, super upset about it. But what ended up happening in that case, this was back in 2009, is I ended up switching careers because I was like, what good could come out of this? I know something good. And so I was switched from the IT industry, and then I ended up going back to school, and I went back to a place called Life Skills College, and I took some training on how to actually facilitate workshops and be a life coach, a life skills coach, but more than that, also how to create curriculum. And it was super intense training. And then I ended up graduating top of my class, and the school invited me to come back and teach the next group of coaches how to be coaches. And then when I was done with the college, I ended up getting a job with the government. And within 3 months, I was the top facilitator in the entire province, in the entire government. And what I did is I started in the evenings and weekends working on my spiritual business, building up my spiritual business till eventually I could quit my full-time government job and do my spiritual training, my channeling training. I teach people how to channel for a living, because I looked for the opportunity in it. I looked for like what good can come out of this. So I want you to think of like something going on in your life right now. We all have stuff that happens on a regular, it's called life happens, right? But even right now, what is going on in your life that you can try to turn it around? You can maybe find something good that could come out of it. Maybe it's some healing you can do. Maybe it's some forgiveness. Maybe it's some deep wounds that you want to finally clear once and for all. Maybe something like, you can work on getting healthier, work on increasing your spirituality, work on, forgiveness and being more zen and more compassion and on and on and on. There's a lot of things that can come good out of this. So my name's Ken Lewicki. If you want to learn how to channel and work with your spirit guides on this as well, so that's what I do. Like I teach people how to not just channel the spirit guides, but anything and everything you can imagine with like ascended masters and angels and all sorts of cool things. Go to my website, check out my upcoming events. I also have like ascension group healings that I do on a monthly basis, and on and on and on. It's so much fun because why? Spirituality is meant to be fun. So I keep it fun, I keep it light, I keep it playful. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and try to find that opportunity in whatever's going on in your life. Have a great